Hey, what's up guys? In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Beast Wars Transformers reissue of Predacon Retrax. Before we get started, if you haven't yet already done so, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another awesome review. This guy has a lot of sentimental value to me. When I first came to Canada, I was around 2 years old, and I believe this was my fourth Transformer that I ever got. My first one was Bone Crusher. I think Air Hammer was one of them as well. I can't remember the other one, but this one was the fourth. I remember it very clearly because he had the, because basically it's a potato bug, right? And everything just kind of closes up, it turns into a ball. I really love that feature, and I can't seem to find where my original one is if I still have it. But I saw this, I was like, hey, this thing is awesome. I get to relive my childhood, and here it is. So here we do see the classic Beast Wars packaging. We do have kind of the bubble packaging on the front. We do have that big eye in the back, and we have Retrax the bug kind of in its beast form. We do see here on the bottom, and basically it just transforms, Deluxe Predacon Retrax with Pincher Attack, and Insect becomes Desert Demolition Robot. And on the top here we do see the nice artwork, Predacon Retrax, Beast Wars Transformers, and the old Kenner logo. And on the back we do have the character card with the stats, and there is the bio. If you guys want to pause and read that, feel free to do so. And of course we basically just have the instructions here. We can cut it out, but of course I'm not going to cut it out. I'm just going to save the whole thing. And yeah. And also on the top here, I don't know if you guys can read that. I'll just pause that again. And yeah. So, without further ado, I'm just going to cut this open and we'll just get right to the figure. Alright, and here we have Predacon Retrax out of the packaging in his potato bug form. So, bringing it in close here, we do see nice potato bug, plenty of molded detailing as well as paint. So I really do love that. It looks very disgusting, which, hey, it's good. So translucent dark green all along the edges here with some nice lime green paint towards the top. Do you see nicely painted eyes, the triangle there, black legs and black antenna, which is actually the only articulation that you're going to get out of this guy. These legs are on hinges, all of them, as well as the antenna. And we see yellow pincers at the front and a yellow tail at the back. And something to note was that the antenna was actually installed backwards. These were kind of flipped. For packaging sake, I can see why, because you can actually flip it along the body to fit inside the packaging, but looking at instructions, that's not how it's supposed to be, so I flipped them around. Something else that I also want to point out is that he's missing a pair of legs in the middle. We do see the empty hinges there and there as well. Now, this is not an error. Hasbro decided to do this intentionally. I don't know why. I looked on their website and this is how it was shown. But the original obviously had those legs because the hinges are there. So I just don't know why they did it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this mode. He does come with a few features here. If you press this button here, the pincers will close. If you press this button here, the tail will flip down. And if you squeeze these buttons here, he should curl up smoothly, which he does not, obviously. But he does curl up like a potato bug should, just like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now for transformation, we're just going to straighten him out once more. I like to just flip these little legs back so they get out of the way. Same on the other side. Now what I like to start with is these legs. Now I'm holding these two parts of the figure like this because just at a sneeze, these things will just flip up and they'll curl up. So it's really annoying. It's just how the original toy was, and but that's just how it is. So I'm going to pull these legs out straight on both sides. These are very tight. That's really good. You're going to take this whole crotch piece and just fold that down so that it is flat. Next, we're going to take this piece. We're going to fold that all the way down, and it kind of fills in the gap there. And then we're going to take this chest piece, fold that down just like that, and finally take the head and just flip it up. And here we have that head. And we're going to finish with popping these toes down just like that. And what I do like to do is kind of just pop this loose first and then actually detach this hand there. That's a clip and a peg right there, which clips onto that hole. And that way I can kind of just get this out of the way and still peg that in while this hand is just there. And same on the other side. Again, very fiddly figure. Just kind of unpeg the hand there and then still peg this back here, just like so. And fold that hand there, make sure this is flipped down. And here we have Predacon Retrax in his robot mode. Now, like I said, doesn't really stand up well to the figures now. But again, it's just a vintage piece. So you can see it doesn't really look that good either. The robot mode, very gappy here. So there is that. Legs, not much color, just black and white. Same with the hands, just black and white. I do like that head sculpt, nice clean paint. The horns there, and basically it's just the underside of the bug. He's now standing on his side, and on top basically is the same thing, no changes there. For features in this mode, I guess you could say if you pinch this on the back, the arms will close, so just kind of see here. So the arms will close, so like he's grabbing and doing a bear hug on a maximal. And in terms of articulation, again, this is a spring-loaded hinge, but there is another hinge right here, so you can kind of bend that as you wish. And same with the hand, there's a bit of a hinge, but to keep them here, you do have to lock them in, and same with the other side. So you can kind of have him in a pseudo hugging position like that. Now legs here, there's not much, there's no waist swivel obviously. The legs are on ball joints, so that's really, really nice. There is a thigh rotation, but it is very tight, and you want to make sure you don't pop off the ball joint here. There is a thigh rotation, and there is a knee bend, which is very tight as well, and a toe bend that goes up and all the way down, but mainly just for transformation. So yeah, that's pretty much the figure here. Something I do want to point out is that they got rid of the rub symbol, which was something that I really loved as a kid. You just kind of rub that and you see the Decepticon, or sorry, the Predacon or the Maximal Insignia, but they just don't have that anymore. Again, I don't know why they took that out. I don't see it as a hazard or anything, but they just decided not to do that. So there is that. Now I'm just gonna drop this guy here and let's take a look at some comparisons. Gotta make sure you can stand first. Okay. So here we have the only other two Predacons that are released as of now, to my knowledge. We have Megatron and we have Scorponok, which are both in the show. Retrax was not in the show, so I don't technically know if he's canon or not. He might be canon in the comics, but I really don't follow the comics, so I have nothing to say there. So yeah, there we go. That's it for comparisons. So final thoughts on Predacon Retrax. If you're just getting into Transformers now, I would say easy skip for this guy. He really doesn't hold up well by today's standards. But if this was a figure that you really enjoyed as a kid, or you're just really into collecting the vintage figures, then I would say go for it. This guy, as well as the other four reissue figures that I got from Toys R Us, was actually only $36. I know if you think about it, it's not very cheap, but considering inflation and everything, I don't think it's too bad. So if you do want him, I would say go out and get him. Again, I found him over at Toys R Us up here in Canada. I don't know where you can find him down in the States. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this review. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And until next time, guys, take care. Bye.